here at the water on the East Coast in Connecticut. Just stopped by on my way to do a task, but they were closed. So I said, well, let me come over here to the water and get some work done. So I just wanted to come on and just share this beautiful scene with you and stuff. It's about 71, 72 here on the coastline right now, and it's low tide. And up here in the distance, you will see the pier, the fishing pier. There are some people out there. There were some people out here walking their dogs. And just, in this area, a lot of people stop off just to check the water and look at it. It's so beautiful. Off here to the left at the top is Fort Union. There's restaurants and shorelines, and in the far distance there's a lighthouse, an old lighthouse, and then you have the breakers over here where the ships come in. So there's been a few boats out here. There's been a bunch of people jet skiing. They can't wait to hit that water, so they out here. And then the sun is up. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous day today. So it's a perfect time to get out and enjoy the air. And as I always say on my channel, get up, get moving, make that body move if it don't want to move. Because I'm going to tell you, my legs sometimes be like, just sit down. And my spirit says you got to get up and you got to keep moving. You got to encourage yourself in the Lord. That's what the Word of God says. David encouraged himself in the Lord. So sometimes things come at you you're not ready for, but you got to encourage yourself. You got to really get in there and say, you know what, I'm going to do this thing. Today's Monday. A lot of people are probably back at work from the weekend. Some people might be during the week they're off and they're working the weekend. So whatever the situation might be, just be encouraged. If you're working on some projects, I know there's a lot coming out in springtime. People are planning their summer vacations. People are graduating, looking to get into the workforce. For that younger generation coming out of high school, for those people who are graduating from college, looking forward to getting into the workforce, don't forget your other option. Your other option besides just going into the workforce is starting your own business. We all have gifts and talents that the Lord has blessed us to have. So don't be afraid to step out there on faith and go for it. Start that business. A lot of times we were taught in school, and it was just a simple spirit of discouragement to take and keep people from going into business. And when you search the scriptures, that's what they did from the beginning. They did business. So you don't always need what they say, that scary tactic of thousands of dollars. You can start with what you have. The Lord told Moses, what's in your hand? He didn't give Moses money. He gave Moses a task to do. And God will always bring the abundance. I've learned from the minister I was under that God always supplies for his needs. So when you give it to the Lord and you present it for him, God will supply for what's in alignment with his word for a business. So don't be afraid. Step out on faith, little by little. If you get one customer, and I'm really big on that thing with people now. If you get one customer, then you have the option to get two. They may not come back to back. The Lord has truly blessed me in the past couple of weeks. I do the reselling, So with me doing reselling, every day, every other day, I've been getting sales. If I get $1, if I get $10, it always adds up. 1 and 1 make 2, 2 and 2 makes 4. So don't be discouraged, be encouraged. Don't give up. You have to be consistent. And that's what I'm learning. Consistency will move the mark. But if you're not consistent, then you're just, you fall back because you want everything instant. Instant's not the way. A lot of people, I used to play numbers and lottery and stuff. We want instant success. We want instant gratification, but that's not the way that life really is. It's little by little. I was going off to a task last week, and the guy and I ran into each other. We were talking about, he was younger than me, but we were walking through the train station, and we had to encourage each other. Take your time, make it, little by little. As long as we get to where we're going, that's what counts. In life and stuff, it's that competition. Always competition, competition, never really being settled. You gotta settle in yourself and say, you know what? I want to achieve this or I want to achieve that, and I'm going to take my time and I'm going to work on it. You know, it's like doing this video. When the Lord gave me the word, almost 10 years ago, I was like a YouTube video. First of all, I didn't really know that much about YouTube. And then the other thing was like, who's going to listen to me? Who's going to watch me? Who's going to anything me? You know, and as I went through the years and stuff, the Lord kept saying, you got to teach. I'm like, teach what? Teach the Bible? That's not me. I've seen the success in my own life that God has done, just bringing me up into light. But at the same time, who's going to listen to me? And he kept letting me know, I want you to teach people about business. I want you to encourage them that they can. Because you'll be surprised who will come and ask you about your business. How did you start reselling? I had a brother in the Lord, and he showed me how to start reselling. He's been on eBay for over 20 something years, and he has a 100% rating in eBay. So he taught me, I think it was with shoes or baby clothes. So I started doing eBay, and I still do eBay. I do Facebook Marketplace. I do OfferUp. I do Poshmark. That's a way to start a business, and right from your home, right from your car. You know, I started vending, selling water and chips. People will come by and buy water and chips. And when they see you out there really doing work and stuff in your own business, you'll be surprised who'll stop and come over and talk with you. So with vending and street vending, you also have a hawker or a peddler. If you have things that you sell, posters, t-shirts, dishes, I sell gift wrap paper. They'll come and they'll say, hey, you know, that's a nice design. They might need gift wrap paper. So that's one of my other businesses. I do designer gift wrap paper. And that's a business. So we don't always have to start at the top like IBM, or that's an old one back from the day when I was younger. And Pepsi, Coca-Cola, they had to start someplace. So it might not be where you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you make $1, that's what's encouraging. If you make $10 and you put them together and you watch it grow little by little. I remember one time I was saving money because off of every sale, the Lord had given us a word what we were to give to him. All 100% belongs to God. So ours was 20%. And I know I had an attitude. I was like, 20%? And then the Lord had the word posed to me. Isn't all of it mine? And I was like, yeah. And I've been doing it over 10 years now. As best I can remember, because, you know, I'm always doing something. I make sure I take my 20% out. People might say, oh, well, 10%. Man, if you can't give them to go to church and give 10%, try to get them to give 20%. But I did. And I saw that little by little grow to where one time I was able to give to the Lord. All of it belonged to him. Everything belonged to God. And that 20%, it turned out to be like $1,400 within a year that I was able to set aside to give to God. God's looking to see, where's your heart? Is your heart for what you want, or is your heart for God? So I'm just encouraging those who have an ear to hear what the Lord is saying to the church, to be encouraged. Don't give up. Keep going. I used to always hear the older people, some older women, and they would go to me, they would go, Sister Fern, there's better days ahead. There's better days ahead. And I'd be like, 3 kids, single parent, better days ahead. And I began to see as I got older, there truly was better days ahead. And if you keep your head up and you shake off when things don't seem like they're going right, and you be encouraged, there's better days ahead. There really is. I'm 62. I'm excited because I see where God has brought me from. I got a word where God is bringing me to. My future is great. It's great. So wherever that is, I know there's better days ahead for me. My children, I see them, God prospering them. I thank God for them. They're going into their businesses. These were words that were prophesied to them back years ago when they were young. You be diligent over the little, God will make you ruler over much. I'm seeing my children in their businesses. I'm seeing them growing. I'm seeing them buy land, and God is blessing them with homes and stuff. That they being blessed from being diligent over the years. When we would go on assignment and we were called in to minister to people who God was changing their lives, they were steadfast. They were teenagers. They were younger than teenagers. But now I see them going into their businesses, and I'm making sure that they're teaching their children. When you get up to go to work, I know when I was at the hospital years ago, one day during the spring, they would have the people, you were able to bring your children. It was bring your children to work day. And my daughters, they couldn't wait to come and go to work with me. And then I think the middle daughter, yeah, she ended up in high school. She was in high school. She was on the basketball team. And then she got, by her being on the basketball team, she was given a job as a custodian to work in the school system. And she took herself to college with those jobs. She came, her senior year, she came to work at the hospital with me, and she became a secretary on the patient care units. And she stayed there for many years, out of high school, through college, after college, into university. And that's what she did for a long time. She would work 2 and 3 jobs, and she provided. And I just thank the Lord now she is doing something else, moving forward. My son, he's just growing and developing. But this was years of labor that the woman of God put in for all families, those who stayed, and I stayed. My thing was, I know where God brought me from, and I did not want to go back. No. So walking, learning about the love of Christ and Him teaching me to just stay still, keep moving, daughter. I got wonderful things for you. And every time I hear from my kids, I get excited. When I see that phone ring and their numbers come up, I'm like, wow, what's going on? What you doing, where you going? So I'm going to tell you, and to be encouraged, that you just start dreaming about your futures, where you want to be, where you want to go, how you want it. Good thoughts. A lot of times we hear so much negative. Stay away from the negative. People talking negative. The Lord woke me up the other morning, think positive thoughts. So I looked up in the dictionary, because sometimes we hear words so much we assume we know what it means, and you find out you don't know what it means. Go look it up. You got to constantly educate yourself. He said in His word, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. If you don't know something, go look it up. People could tell you whatever, but if you don't know, you don't really know it, then go look it up. Be encouraged. Build yourself up. Build yourself up with confidence. Look for those better days ahead. So I just wanted to come out as I'm out here on the shore and just enjoying the day. 72, like I said, on the coast of New England, outside of New Haven. Here's the harbor. And just be encouraged. God has so much, and I don't care what's going on around you. It don't have to be you. It doesn't have to be you. Say, not here, not I'm not agreeing with lack. I'm not agreeing with poverty. I'm not agreeing with discord. You could take that over there. But you tell yourself there's better days ahead. I want you to be encouraged. Come back and visit. And if you have a comment, leave it. Like I discussed on this channel, business, how to start your own businesses. And you can do it. And you don't need no whole big bunch of money. You just have to have a willing spirit to go forward. So be encouraged. This is Fur from FML Diversify. And have a great afternoon. Talk with you later. Be well. Bye-bye.